The ultimate retail moat in India's consumption story might have just survived its most aggressive competitive test yet. While the entire retail market focused on the explosive growth of quick commerce, institutional capital quietly repositioned. Many expected Avenue Supermarts to show severe margin compression this quarter. Instead, the discount retail giant reported an EBITDA margin holding strong at 8%. This margin defense raises a fundamental question for portfolio managers. Is DMart's highly optimized, low-cost physical model far more resilient than the street realizes? To understand why this margin number matters, we have to look closely at DMart's underlying business model. Unlike typical global retailers who rent their store footprints, this company builds its moat on ownership. By buying the land and owning the property, they permanently eliminate rental inflation from their cost structure. This unique approach allows them to operate on incredibly thin gross margins while maintaining high capital efficiency. The business thrives on offering the lowest possible prices on daily consumption goods, creating a highly sticky customer base. But real estate ownership is only half of the equation. The core engine is their rapid inventory turnover. By focusing on high-volume, low-variety daily essentials, they get products onto shelves and out of the door faster than traditional supermarkets. They pay suppliers quickly in exchange for steep discounts, passing those savings directly to consumers. This everyday low-price model creates a self-reinforcing flywheel. High sales velocity leads to better bulk purchasing power, which then secures even lower prices. This structure is incredibly difficult for online-only competitors to duplicate at scale. Now let's examine the freshly released first quarter financial statement. Revenue from operations showed a solid 14.9% year-on-year increase, reaching 18,795 crore rupees. This double-digit top-line growth indicates that physical retail footfalls remain incredibly robust in Tier 1 and Tier 2 cities. Despite intense competition from digital delivery platforms, bulk buying families still prefer the weekend trip to a physical store. The top-line numbers show no sign of structurally slowing down. Moving down the income statement, profitability metrics came in highly encouraging. Consolidated net profit rose 11.3% year-on-year to 860 crore rupees. Meanwhile, EBITDA grew by an impressive 15.4% compared to the same period last year. Here is where the metrics get fascinating. The retailer's EBITDA margin saw a slight expansion to 8%. In an inflationary environment where supply chain costs are climbing, expanding margins even slightly is an exceptional feat of operating leverage. While management chose not to provide detailed forward guidance in the text, their historical execution speaks volumes. The capital allocation strategy remains focused on steady, calculated store expansion. Instead of chasing reckless growth by renting expensive high street properties, the leadership continues to wait for sensible land acquisition deals. This disciplined approach means they do not overextend their balance sheet. Their execution strategy values long-term unit economics over short-term market share. It is a slow, steady, and highly profitable expansion blueprint. This conservative strategy has insulated the company's balance sheet. By avoiding high debt levels to fund their expansion, they are completely immune to rising interest rate cycles. Every new store is funded almost entirely through internal accruals. For institutional investors, this low-leverage model provides incredible safety during periods of macroeconomic volatility. While leveraged competitors struggle with high financing costs, this company can reinvest cash directly back into pricing discounts, further squeezing rival retailers. Let's step back and look at the broader industry context. India's organized retail sector is experiencing a multi-decade structural tailwind. As middle-class incomes rise, consumers are transitioning rapidly from unorganized neighborhood stores to modern, clean supermarkets. This structural shift is vast, and there is plenty of room for multiple players to grow. The absolute market size is expanding so quickly that even with digital disruption, physical retail footprint demand continues to climb across major metropolitan areas. However, that is only one part of the market narrative. The real battlefield is now in the instant delivery space. Quick commerce platforms are scaling aggressively in major metro markets, delivering groceries in under 10 minutes. This convenience is shifting consumer habits, particularly in premium urban areas. While these apps cannot match the sheer discount depths of a physical wholesale club, they are capturing the high-margin, top-up purchases. This is where the core challenge lies for long-term retail models. This competitive shift leads us directly to key risk factors. If quick commerce platforms expand their inventory selection to larger pack sizes, they could begin eating into DMart's core bulk basket. To defend its market share, the company may have to aggressively scale its online delivery arm, DMart Ready. But doing so introduces higher delivery logistics costs and labor expenses. This shift from high-margin physical footfalls to lower-margin home deliveries could eventually pressure those hard-won 8% margins. Beyond digital competition, operational inflation remains a constant threat. High agricultural commodity prices and rising packaging costs can squeeze manufacturing partners. These suppliers often try to pass their rising costs down to the retailer. DMart's absolute commitment to low prices means they must absorb some of these cost hikes themselves to keep customers coming back. Managing this delicate balance between supplier pressure and consumer expectations is an ongoing operational challenge. This brings us to a major valuation question. Historically, Avenue Supermarts has traded at premium multiples that would make conventional value investors blush. The market awards this premium because of their extremely clean balance sheet, high return on equity, and predictable earnings visibility. But as growth moderates to the mid-teens, the high PE ratio must be justified by continuous physical store expansion and successful digital pivot execution. Any operational slip-up could trigger a rapid valuation reassessment. Looking at the long-term horizon, the multi-year investment thesis remains incredibly solid. The company's core offline business is highly profitable and generates massive free cash flow. This cash can fund their digital expansion without threatening the financial health of the business. Even if quick commerce takes some urban market share, the vast unorganized retail sector across Tier 2 and Tier 3 towns provides an enormous runway for physical store growth for the next decade. From a portfolio perspective, we are putting this asset on a breakout watch. The stock has consolidated its gains as the market debated the impact of instant delivery apps. This latest earnings report proves that their margin structure is far more resilient than feared. We will be closely watching store expansion speeds and digital division metrics over the coming quarters. If the company maintains this level of capital efficiency, it will continue to command its premium market position. The battle for India's retail wallet is only getting started, and tracking these operational developments is key to successful investing. For institutional-grade corporate research and deep structural market breakdowns, make sure to subscribe to SR Money News IN. Tap the notification bell to stay updated on our latest company analysis. Leave your thoughts on DMart's margin resilience in the comments below. We will see you in the next deep dive.